His only experience was on dirt as he makes his way. Ooh, somebody in the outside wall.
Caution is out, and
that's
that
the
is
four.
The
Todd
Gilliland.
I think maybe a right front tire went down on that truck, Mike, or did he get loosened?
It looks like it possibly hit with the right rear first.
To get in, and it's going to be another opportunity lost today.
It looked like the right side tires were up on that truck, didn't Michael?
Yeah, going to make it work.
Oh, and there's another KBM truck, and this one's Christian Eckes making his Truck Series debut tonight.
Left front tire is down on that truck. Looks like that may be Austin Hill. It is Austin Hill. See some damage to the right side.
Oh, Grant
Enfinger also.
Second yellow early on. Look at the 2 of Cody Coughlin as he gets.
Oh, he gets squeezed.
Squeezed a little bit by the 46 of Eckes. He had the 13 of Myatt Snyder. Oh. Ooh, did you see Ben Rhodes go through there?
But he got some damage too, Phil.
Let's ride with Ben Rhodes. This is going to scare me, Michael. Oh. Yeah, he just got clipped as he went through there. He jumped in the throttle to try
the door for several trucks. Rhodes cut Friesen off, and it lost all their momentum, and here comes the world.
How about this?
Oh! Big contact, Nemechek, Crafton, Rhodes, Friesen. Serious contenders for the win. And that changes everything. Wow.
You said it. Serious contenders for the win, Vince. One of those being Stuart Friesen in that 52. Look at all the damage to the left side of that Halmar truck.
Wow. What a development here with 64 to go. Matt Crafton, former winner. John Hunter Nemechek, last year's winner.
Nemechek goes straight to the garage with all the damage to that 8 truck.
And that all started developing off turn 4. Ben Rhodes moved up the track. You can see right there, he got tangled up with Friesen. That opened the door for Crafton and Sauter. And here comes John Hunter Nemechek. Friesen dives to the middle.
Looks like Matt maybe got a little bit tight, lost the front end a little bit.
Oh, and Dalton Sargent too with some damage.
Did Crafton's left front go down? It looked like, I mean, it seemed like he shot up the track.
Remember, it was rubbing.
I mean, look how far up the track I mean, I think he had a problem.
I think he may have had that left front tire going down.
I mean, look, I think he did, because.
Well, we saw the rub, so that wouldn't be out of the question. And he definitely moved up and caught and started that crash with the move up the track.
But as you mentioned, Michael, it started when Ben Rhodes did the slide job on Stuart Friesen and pulled up in front of him, but they lost all the momentum. And here all those guys are going by because of the lost momentum.
Man, and when you're in that position, Phil, you know this. You have no idea your world's getting ready to come to an end. You're just focused out the front windshield, thinking you made a nice move, and watch what happens to Stuart Friesen.
See how quickly he reacted when he got caught in the left rear. Immediately turned the steering wheel trying to save that truck.
I think that left front went down.
I think Johnny saw it.
There it is.
Down.
There it
You're
is.
exactly right.
Great camera work by our Fox Sports crew. That showed the left front down, and that's why Johnny Sauter couldn't make the turn.
Mac,
I think Todd's got a big problem.
And there is Dalton Sargent. More issues for the 25.
see the left front is down. I wonder if that was from that contact with Todd Gilliland. That's who he made contact with that we showed it on replay.
That's a strong possibility. We saw that last week with Matt Crafton.
Well, and that is a big blow for Dalton Sargent, who was 10th in the playoff standings and trying to get his way into the top 8 to make the playoffs. And he's also in a Rookie of the Year battle with Myatt Snyder. So early issues for Dalton Sargent, in all likelihood, going to put an end to his night.
Yeah, he hit the ball hard. That truck's hurting.
Now watch after.
Yeah, that left front is already flat. He realizes it when he gets down in the corner, turns the steering wheel to try to come around the corner, and the truck wouldn't turn.
And as we will look at a replay here in just a moment of the 4 of Gilliland again making contact with the 25 of Sargent. When we show this here, watch the crease just above the left front tire after this contact here.
Yeah, pretty good body slam right there from Gilliland into Sargent.
And that crease just above that left front is what created the rub, and then eventually that left front blown out. And then that.
Yeah, just along for the ride at that point. He got down in the corner. That tire went down. Absolutely nothing Dalton could do.
Man, I'll tell you what, you are seeing them trying to get every little bit they can during those. Oh, and Eckes is around. I think Friesen got into the back of Christian Eckes, and there's some significant damage on the back end of that 46.
What a great job that teenager did tonight. That's Cody Glick, his crew chief. He's a super late model crew chief for Kyle Busch. And when they run this 4th truck, the 46 truck, Cody jumps over and crew chief said, what a great job this entire team has done tonight.
And watch it. There he is right in front of you. And yeah, the 52 of Friesen just got into the left rear of Eckes and spun him around.
Yeah, he got loose getting down in the corner. You're going to see it right here. He gets loose, has to chase it up the hill. Christian absolutely did nothing wrong, was in the right position. Just a tough break.
Yeah, Stewart was down there on the bottom, got it pinched off in that grade. You're going to get loose down there.
Situation of whether or not he eventually decides he's going to have to move Stuart Friesen to get around it.
These guys have been
got a run going now.
Got a great run going right.
Gets into him.
He didn't mean to do that, no. I don't think. I think it looked like Stewart came down the racetrack just a touch.
Just a little.
Up off the corner, but tough break for Stuart Friesen. Nobody wanted to see that.
Well, Friesen did something very similar to Christian Eckes. Got in the back end of Eckes and ended Eckes' night. And now Johnny Sauter has gotten into the back of Friesen. And Friesen has suffered significant damage. Johnny will certainly end his chances of winning tonight.
Yeah, Johnny had a real good run coming off turn number 2. They were going to be dead even going down the backstretch. And I'm not sure. It sure seemed like that Stewart kind of maybe wanted to pull down to maybe block a little bit or side draft a little bit off of Johnny. Let's see if we can take a look and see what happened.
Can't really see anything from that view.
From that angle, it sure didn't look like he came down the hill at all.
No. And Johnny Stewart didn't go all the way up to the wall. I think that was probably.
That's what I think I saw initially, that he wasn't all the way up against the wall, but he definitely did not come down and turn into Johnny.
Looking back at it from Todd Gilliland's on board.
I think Johnny had such a run going that he was not going to back out of that throttle.
Road, they had lugs fall off of the left rear lug nut. Actually fall off. The 98 had to turn around, back up. Got a truck in the wall, but 98 has also been struggling on pit road. Caution is out again.
And that is Justin Fontaine, and not only has Fontaine gone, but he's collected the 20 of Tate Fogelman.
Yeah, I think it looked like he blew an engine or blew something happened to his engine getting down to turn number 1. You see him moving around. The fluid, the caution was out for the fluid, but I think it got under the rear tires of Justin Fontaine, and I don't think Tate Fogelman had absolutely. I think he got in the fluid, and nothing he could do about it.
So John Hunter Nemechek takes it to the garage.
Was it an engine issue maybe with the 8 of John Hunter Nemechek? I thought it was Justin Fontaine, but I think the smoke we saw maybe from Fontaine was him getting in the oil or the fluid and locking the brakes up, trying to get stopped.
Watch the 8 in front of Todd Gilliland. Yep.
Oh, without a doubt. You see Todd immediately move over to the inside of the racetrack.
Oh, look at all that fluid going down on the track. Justin Fontaine had no hope.
You can see. That was Austin Hill also in the 0-2 getting that fluid as well.
So John Hunter Nemechek, who was running second at the time, engine expires. Fluid on the track. Fontaine gets into it, loses control in that 45. And the 20 of Tate Fogelman hard into that driver's side area of Justin Fontaine. Boy, that was a big hit.
A hard hit.
Yeah, thank goodness for the rules and the safety regulations that NASCAR implements for these vehicles.
One of the best things now.
So you can take advantage of them.
That's what it seems like right now. Brett Moffitt wants to get that 41 of Ben Rhodes up. Ooh, they get together. Brett is around.
And Rhodes into the wall as well, but Moffitt certainly getting the worst of it.
A lot of damage to the back of that Ison Toyota for Brett Moffitt. I think it was all about battling for position. Didn't want to have to be too high up there.
Yeah, I think Ben started turning off in the corner, and Brett was still going straight, and he turned down into Brett's right front, which turned the front of Brett's car down, or truck down, and it just turned him sideways.
Yeah, I think they were fighting for real estate for sure.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to be up in the slippery stuff, because it's still slippery up there, it looks like. I thought Brett was going to be able to save it there for a moment.
This truck tonight. Give me a chance to run this thing to the checkered.
There's a problem, and that
is it the 54?
Is Bo Lemastis. Off turn 4.
He was inside of another truck that looks like maybe the 22 of Austin Wayne Self. We say that all the time when the truck on the inside that robs that truck a little bit of some side force and a little bit of the air off the rear spoiler, and around he went.
5th start for Lemastis this season in that 54, a team he co-owns with David Gilliland.
Tough break for Lemastis with that spin, but Jordan Anderson in the 3 truck will get the free pass and back on the lead lap. And this caution, I don't think we'll see any activity on pit road, Phil. These crew chiefs, though, sometimes will tell you one
Monday at KBM, very invested in his young drivers as well.
Caution is out, and it's the 15 truck. That's Ross Chastain.
Stay right where you at.
Looks like all the signs of a right front tire failure. And there it goes.
I think you said it, Michael. Perfect sign of a right front tire going down.
And that's heavy contact.
As we have a battle for the lead.
Moffitt took a look at Gregson. Oh, now Sargent gets sideways.
Hold the brake, you're going to be fine.
Oh.
Keeps it off the wall.
You are fine. Let it roll. Come on.
Wow.
You are
The
fine.
neon truck there on the left-hand side of the screen.
See Cody Kaufman loose. Watch his hands inside of that truck.
And then right in front of them is Dalton Sargent getting sideways.
He was battling alongside Stuart Friesen, and looked like maybe lost the front end of the truck first, Vince, and made it push. And then as he got closer and closer to Friesen, the back end came around.
Michael, we hear so often drivers talk about the front end of the truck just doesn't want to handle, especially in traffic. Why is that?
Watch this. It's because of the bumps on the road. He see him move up right there. He's in trouble, and he knows that somehow is able to get it semi-straight. You can see the contact to the left rear of the 52 truck of Friesen, and around he goes. There's just no aero grip on those trucks, Vince, when they're in.
Typically in 1 and 2 because of the banking. Is he going to save it? No.
Oh. Though you were just talking about it, Vince. The turn 1 and 2, they can run through there wide open. He was the fastest truck to that point of the track during this qualifying effort. So he had a fast one going, but he got down to tricky turn 3 and it got away from him. Just put a valiant effort into saving that thing, but just into the outside wall. What a disappointment for that team.
Heartbreaker there for Myatt Snyder. They'll have to pull out the backup, and it's really been a nice run the last month for Snyder. 3 straight top 10s. He's the Rookie of the Year points leader and is threatening for a playoff spot, but getting out of hand in practice or in qualifying, and that's the result.
You mentioned it, Vince. Not a lot of time to get a backup truck ready for this team.
Got one in the wall already. And that's the 83 of Bailey Curry, or excuse me, Tyler Matthews in the 83. How about from the start?
Kevin, you talked about it. You can see it's just a really slow start. Gregson brought him down really slow, and it bunched everyone up. I don't know if this led to the problem, but you can see Matt Crafton's up on the outside already.
Just in front of Crafton in that neon yellow is Matthews, so keep an eye on Matthews there as Crafton is going around the outside of him. John Hunter Nemechek inside, maybe a little bit of contact there, and Matthews just couldn't gather it up.
Yeah, and I don't think that had anything to do with the racetrack, Mike. It looked like John Hunter just went down low. Here we see the restart again, and like I say, that restart zone is just so close to the start-finish line at this particular racetrack, and little contact there, and just very inviting to be 3 wide,
and you can see the front few rows working out. Eccleston's up on the outside, but had a nice run off turn 2. But in the back, I think it's just a situation where Matthews just didn't know John Hunter